Christopher Gordon's road to the final has been a physical one. Fellow American Sam Gould, the first to fall, out in straight games. Before a grueling 90-minute battle with another Christopher, this one of the Binny variety. A match featuring almost as much contact as a wrestling bout. Gordon threw in 5, booking a date with Welshman Peter Creed. Yet again, controversy reigned supreme as Creed got cranky with the Americans' blocking tactics. It mattered little. The match over in straight games, a spot in the final booked. On the other side of the draw, crowd favourite and Canadian rising star Michael McCue was creating his own destiny. A straight games win over his Canadian buddy Bailagion, soon followed by his coming of age. A first ever victory over 3-time Canadian national champion Sean Delliere. As the confidence grew, so did the stroke play, and it needed to, with the number 2 seed Henrik Mustonen a major hurdle in the semis. A highlight reel-worthy 4th game rocketing Michael into the final. The 2 names are written into the final bracket, ready to lock horns in an all-North American battle. It's America versus Canada. It's the Flash taking on the man from Nickel City. It's Christopher Gordon versus Michael McCue. Expect the unexpected. The Master versus the Apprentice. The multiple title winner versus the first-time M10 finalist. It's defense versus offense, South versus North. The GoodLife Open is coming up next, live on squashstream.tv. Game on.
It's that time we've all been waiting for. The big final is coming up very soon. It's the number 1 seed, Christopher Gordon from the USA, and he will take on the local man, the local favourite, Michael McCue, the number 7 seed from Sudbury here in Canada. Hello and welcome to this squashstream.tv broadcast. Thanks for joining us, and we are not far away from what should be a very, very interesting final between an experienced player and a man who has never been in an M10 final before. We can't wait to see what happens. I'll tell you what, folks, it was so interesting. The semi-finals that we had so many great shots. We've decided to give you the top 10, and here is the 10th best shot of the semi-finals. Michael McCue, one of his many fantastic shots. That one was from Game 4, and also Christopher Gordon. Lots of highlights from him in this tournament. On this occasion against Peter Creed, he won through in straight games in that occasion. McCue, another highlight, this time the low boast off the left wall against Mustonen, and he got rid of him in the previous round of the semi-finals. This was the way that Gordon got through. What a shot that was for the number 7 spot. The number 6 shot of the semi-finals. Again, Christopher Gordon. Have a look at the power, the overhead into the front left. Michael McCue, one of his many low boasts off the right wall in Game 4 to overcome Mustonen. Perfect example of skill and precision on that occasion. The number 4 shot of the semi-finals. The double swing from Mustonen. How did he do this? Swings once, swings twice. Somehow he got it back. Number 3, McCue. Delicate. Quality. And that's why he's in the final. The number 2 shot. How about this from Peter Creed? He was falling over. How did he make that shot? I'll never know. But it was good enough for the 2nd best shot of the semi-finals. But this man, the local, that was a great shot, not just because of the quality, but because it got him in his very first M10 final. And that is our top 10 shots of the semi-finals. Let's take another look at what was a fantastic way to go to a final for Michael McCue. So not far away now, folks, from the opening of the final, McCue versus Gordon. And I had a very, very good opportunity before yesterday's matches, in fact, after yesterday's matches, to have a chat to both of these players. Let's now find out what they said before their big final. How are you feeling about tomorrow's final?
Yeah, I'm super pumped to be in the final tomorrow. Mike obviously played extremely well today in the semi, so I'm going to have to be ready, and hopefully we can put on a good show for everyone here in Ottawa.
Your very first final at this particular event, how are you going to approach that?
Well, I honestly wasn't expecting to be there, so I wasn't even expecting to get to this stage, so I'm just feeling so relaxed and playing without a ton of fear and just backing myself to hit the right shot at the right time. I think I just have to continue that tomorrow against Chris.
What are you going to do to approach tomorrow's match?
Just try and have a relaxing evening, get get plenty of rest, and every time you're in a final, it's a special moment, so I'm just going to try and enjoy the moment as much as I can.
He's pretty good at blocking and playing for lets. How are you going to handle that tomorrow?
Well, I think you have to, basically, you can't leave the ball in the middle. If you hit a good width every time, a good straight width like I was doing today, it's hard for him to take a space. You're going to get openings yourself. So, I mean, if you play loose cross courts, if you hit the ball in the middle, you know, he's going to take a space. He's going to be hard to get around. So I just have to try and avoid it. And when it does happen, just try and maybe use my smaller stature to zip around him a bit.
Now, the crowd is going to be on Michael's side because we're here in Canada. How will that affect you?
I mean, I think it's great that we have a local player in the final. It adds a bit of interest, adds some excitement, and I'm just focusing on what I can control and trying to play the best I can.
Still can't quite believe it. It's definitely the best I've ever played, and I'm still kind of on an adrenaline buzz.
All right, some fantastic comments from both players, both feeling pretty relaxed yesterday before the final. I'm sure there's a couple more nerves now as we get set to launch into the PSA GoodLife Open Final. Christopher Gordon versus Michael McCue. And it will be McCue to serve from the right, and we are underway. What a tournament it's been for Michael McCue from Canada. He had a chat to us about 3 days ago, and he booked himself into another tournament because he didn't expect to get past the second round. He's in a final now. Incredible stuff. Of course, we can't discount this man, Christopher Gordon, #1 seed, super experienced. Lots of titles, lots of experience at higher level tournaments. And he's brushed everyone aside on the way through. Michael McCue, what a start for him. You can see how pumped the crowd are to support their fellow Canadian. The overhead for the first point. McCue was on fire yesterday late in the semi-final. He just stormed past Henrik. And again, McCue, he's riding high on confidence. He's playing the best squash of his life, he says. No doubt after a shot like that. He's really boasting so well. That was a real key to his victory yesterday. Don't forget, if you have questions, comments, queries, any analysis you'd like to let us know of the match, write them into our live stream to the right of your YouTube video. We'll do our best to involve the fans in the broadcast. That's better from Gordon. He's on the attack now, the American. Should finish it off, and he does. Christopher Gordon gets himself the first point of his match. Still 2-1 McCue. A lot of excitement here in Ottawa to see a Canadian in the final of this GoodLife Open. Gordon, great length. And he brings it back level. So Christopher Gordon, a 3-game-to-love victory over Peter Creed in the previous round. 11-2, 11-9, 11-6. McCue pulls one back here with a nice drop shot in the front right. As for McCue, he did a little tougher against Mustonen. 11-5, he won the first game. He dropped the second game 6-11. And then he powered home 11-4, 11-6. That ball up and out of play. 3-3, even start. Brilliant from Gordon. Plenty of power in that forehand of his. Interesting to note, after that wonderful shot from Gordon, not a word, not even a clap from the crowd. They are very pro-Canadian tonight. Today, I should say. It's 1:15 p.m. It is not night time. It's dark in this gym. I thought for a moment it was night time. McCue asking for a let, and he should receive. He does. So Gordon will serve from the left, 4-3. Good start for both players here. McCue just had something in the eye there. Oh, Gordon got the nick at the back right. And the crowd on that occasion showing their appreciation. Wonderful execution. 5-3. Biggest lead of the match here for Gordon. That's better from McCue. Now in a position to attack. He does, but Gordon was there. That's better from McCue. That'll get the crowd up and about. A real strength of his on this occasion, using the front wall first. That sharp, low, whippy forehand of his has caused all sorts of problems for his opponent this week here in Ottawa. It's one of the reasons he's in the final. He hasn't missed too many of them. Oh, McCue again. Gee, he loves that front right, doesn't he? It's almost like he lives down there. Wonderful shot. He's placing the ball so well, McCue. Putting Gordon under a lot of pressure in both the back and front court here. Very tight rails down the right wall. Attempting the trickle boast, but Gordon was there. Best rally of the match so far. And it ends. Six all the score. Very tight, tense, entertaining start to this contest. McCue asks for the let, and he gets it. We know Christopher Gordon likes to get himself in blocking positions. Often gets himself lets, but really, McCue has had all the let calls so far in this match. A bit of a reversal from the last two matches we've seen from the tall American. Oh, it's a lovely drop shot. I think Gordon was good enough for a winner, but he made sure of it in the end, just in case. think this bounced twice, though. Yes, it did. The sound of 10 and McCue, the sound of 7-7. Henrik Mustonen is in the referee's chair this afternoon. For those of you wondering. After having lost to Michael McCue yesterday, his punishment, he has to referee the final. Although, maybe it's a great opportunity to be involved in what should be a great match here. The ref spot has been the hot seat the last couple of days. It's been a tough place to be. Full credit to Martin Knight, who had a pretty tough match the other night to referee. McCue just lost his racket there. Interesting to see what the call is here. Will he get a let? I don't think he will, just because he lost his racket. He was asking for it. Now just getting clarification from the ref as to what happens. I think maybe he feels it was knocked out of his hand. All right, so it looks as though we have the right result. No let. So Gordon will serve from the right here. 8-7. Big moment in the match already. Next point becomes crucial. McCue. Stunning stuff, but somehow Gordon just kept the ball alive in the point. He went for the overhead. He missed it. The crowd thought he hit it, but it hit the tin. So Gordon, just a little buffer here. 9-7, game number 1. McCue needs to win this point. Very quiet crowd at the moment. Watch them erupt if McCue manages to hit a winner here. Oh, that's great from Gordon. An important moment. Gives him 3 game balls. McCue, that's good. There we hear the crowd getting involved. Into the nick. Nicely. We've saved one game ball here, McCue. 2 to go. That's a good way to save a game ball. Back-to-back winners for Michael. Expect Gordon to attack here. Sure, we'll go for a winner at some stage from this point, having lost 2 game balls. Oh, that's a stroke. That ends game number 1. Christopher Gordon takes it 11-9. Let's take another quick look at the stroke. There it is. And the American takes a 1-game-to-love lead. We'll be back very soon for game number 2. All right, we're back for game number 2. Christopher Gordon taking game 1, 11-9. As we get underway here in game 2. Interesting start to this match. McCue played some great squash, but Gordon came up big in the big moments, as he did on that occasion. 1-love, Gordon. The Nelson Gonzalez on our feed says McCue has enough to win this, but Gordon is just too clinical when given half a chance. Oh, that was outstanding from Gordon. How about that? Such wonderful technique on that backhand volley. It was a great shot from McCue. The trickle boast from deep in the back right. Now Gordon should look to finish off the point here. He's dominating it. McCue gets himself back in it. I thought for a certainty Gordon was going to kill off that point. Great defense from the Canadian. Gordon's so powerful in the front court when he does that big wind-up. The back court as well. And there it is. He just waited for his moment. It was like a game of chess, that one. Moving the pieces around, and finally, he knocked over the king. 3-love. Make that 4-love. Make that 5-love. Looks as though Christopher Gordon has stepped it up here. McCue needs to respond. I'm not sure. Maybe that may have bounced twice. Maybe Gordon got to it. It looks as though the ref will let it play. McCue doing well to avoid the lets here against Gordon. He did say in his pre-match interview that was the plan. To move around and try and avoid his opponent. Keep the point alive. He could possibly put this one away. Elects for the drop shot. Oh, he went for it. The frustration. It was so close to being a great moment for McCue. As it was, it's 6-love to Gordon. Now Michael McCue finishes off the point. He learned his lesson from that previous point, where he had a chance to kill it off. Elected for the drop shot, and Gordon punished him on this occasion into the deep back left. Easy point for McCue there. Oh, the groans of the crowd, as well as Michael. Staring down the barrel of a 2-love deficit here. Again, Gordon clinical. Straight down the right wall on that occasion. Great reflexes from both players. It was like a pinball machine in there. Gordon came out the victor. (9-2), game 2. 1-love up. No tempo T has noticed. McCue may be showing the first signs of fatigue after what has been a number of tough games for him in this tournament. Tough matches. Maybe. So no let the call. McCue gets the point. 4-9. That was an aggressive call from referee Mustonen. We saw a lot of those given in Gordon's semi-final and quarter-final, particularly in the match against Christopher Binney. Not tonight, or today I should say, by the looks of it. Another great point from both these players. They're so athletic. Really entertaining the crowd at the moment. But for McCue, he doesn't just want to entertain. He wants to win points. He needs to win the next couple. Again, went for it. It was high risk. It was always going to be tricky. And that's handed 6-game balls to Gordon. And on our YouTube stream feed, and the Nelson Gonzalez says they're going to need McCue the Merciless in Game 3 to curtail Flash Gordon. I like to see the nickname sticking. Flash Gordon running away with it at the moment. McCue the Merciless. I like that. He needs to be merciless here, and he is. McCue, the easy put away, but he's still got 5 to save. Again, McCue, 2 in a row. That'll give him some confidence. Those cross courts that he plays are very nice. Needs a few more of them, though. Throwing caution to the wind here, McCue. Trying to stay in game number 2. Maybe he senses this is where he needs to step it up. Doesn't want to go too low down, that's for sure. What a shot from McCue. Somehow Gordon got it back. Unbelievable point. The fist pump from Gordon. How good was that, folks? It doesn't get much better than that at PSA level. And Christopher Gordon is leading 2 games to love. We will be back soon for game number 3. Okay. Looks all good now. Yeah, we momentarily took a trip back to 2003 there. All right, game number 3 about to start. What a great start it has been for the American Christopher Gordon. He's flying at the moment after taking the opening 2 games. Michael McCue, it's been a real fairy tale story for him this week, overcoming everyone before him to get to the final, but now he is up against a big man in big form. He'll need to produce his best squash here, McCue. It's certainly been a very friendly match between these two. We saw Peter Creed get a little cranky yesterday with Gordon, as we did with Christopher Binney. Not today. Oh, well played by McCue. This is better from the Canadian. A trickle boast. And a winner. No Tempo T says, I wonder if Creed and Gordon went to the same restaurant last night and continued their conversation. I wonder. I'll have to ask Gordon if he wins, we'll have a winner with the winner. If he does win, I'll ask him that question. Well played again. He's looking good here, McCue. Right in the crack, that one. Great start from McCue here. Again, McCue. Brilliant. He needs more of that. He started to bring it here. Precise. Now, I was quite rightly spoken to by one of the fans who said it was a working boast, not a trickle boast. You are absolutely correct. I thought for a moment he was in the front court when I saw the replay. He was in the back court, so you are indeed correct. Good to see Pritch68 jump all over it too on our stream. That one out of play. This is stunning stuff from Michael McCue. A total reversal of the previous 2 games. McCue dominant here. Oh, it was worth a shot. It's worked every other time in this game. Not this time. Wow, that was low. It was so tight. In the end, it was good enough to set up a winner on the next shot. (7-1). What a great way to keep the match alive here, McCue. He's not done yet. And you feel if he can get this crowd loud and behind him, he can string together a number of points here. But how good was that from Gordon? The American here to spoil the party. I think he made that, Gordon. He did. Another delicate little shot in the front right. McCue doesn't want to let Gordon back into this game here. That's the sort of stuff that will. It's unfortunate. But now Gordon back within 3. He was leading 7-1 at one stage, McCue. Needs to maintain composure here, refine that high quality of shot that he was coming up with in the early stages of this game. Again, Gordon forcing the error. This game has almost been a tale of 2 stories. All McCue in the early stages, all Gordon for the last 4 points. That ball super tight. The right wall. That's better from McCue. Edges one step closer to forcing a game 4. It's now 8-5. Big moment. Gordon back within 2. The sound of an entire crowd groaning at once. Good length from McCue on that occasion. Gordon fires it back cross court. He'll need to get on his bike, McCue. He got it back, but now Gordon in a great position. Somehow McCue kept the rally going. Really fighting for everything now, the Canadian. And I think that may have bounced twice. It did. What a comeback from McCue. He was dead and buried in that point. So 9-6. Next point, huge for McCue. We really had to stretch for that one, but Gordon, too good. He sensed that McCue was a long way in the front court. Got himself back within 2. Huge points coming up in the context of this match. He's got some power, Gordon. That forehand of his is ruthless. Oh, Gordon with the kill. Back to 8-9. And on our stream, Alex Taylor has come up with a good comment saying, I think one of the reasons that Gordon so often has lets is because he's so tall, it's difficult for him to avoid his opponents. Interesting angle. Well, Michael McCue has done well to avoid body contact with Gordon in this match. Haven't seen as many lets as many were expecting. So much pressure on this point for McCue. Can he find the winner to get himself 2 game balls? Oh, the anguish. Couldn't believe it. He had a chance to put it away. Instead, we are 9 apiece in game 3, and now Gordon 2 points away from lifting the trophy. What a comeback this has been from the American. He was down 7-1 in this game. He's won 8 of the last 10 points. Christopher Gordon on the verge. So let the call. Both players in agreement there. You can feel the tension. Crowd very quiet. Some fingernails being bitten, some toes tapping, and some people hoping here that their favourite Canadian player of this tournament can win the next point at least and give himself a shot at a game ball. That was risky. He needs to take risks though. That'll be a let. Funny how when the big moments come, the big pressure moments come in these matches, well, let count seems to go up. So much riding on each point from here on. Well, this will be an interesting call. Mustonen says no let. The point goes the way of McCue. What a time to come up with a big shot. He's got a game ball, the Canadian. Watch this crowd erupt if he wins this point. He's had to work for every point he's got here, Michael. Stunning stuff from both players. He's missed it. McCue, he's back in the match. Game number 3 goes the way of the Canadian. What an incredible moment. And the game goes on. McCue brings it back to 2-1. We'll be back soon for game number 4. Welcome back to the GoodLife Open, this broadcast on squashdream.tv. What a match we've got going on here, folks. Christopher Gordon, the #1 seed, he took the first 2 games. But the Canadian Michael McCue, the #7 seed, he's fought back and taken game number 3. As we head down and get started for game number 4. It's been very interesting from start to finish, this match. Full credit to both players. They've played it in the right spirit. There's been plenty of smiles on court. Plenty of tension and pressure as well. But above all else, it's been thoroughly entertaining. That ball glued to the left wall. Great start for McCue. McCue just caught the ball there. He was resigned to the fact he'd given away the stroke. What a great... We've had a great comment on the stream come through from Alex Taylor, who says, what a great job Heather Wallace has done this week in running this tournament. She hasn't just run the professional side of things, also the amateurs have been playing in this tournament as well. Lots of players, not just from all around the world, but also locally and around Canada. So well done to Heather Wallace and her team here at GoodLife Queensview for running a fantastic event once again. Well said, Alex. Oh, he guessed the correct direction, McCue. It just struck the tin, though. Gordon, 2-1. That ball out of play by the looks of it. So 3-1, Gordon. McCue needs to win the next point or two. And Gordon takes it to 4-1. This is where the match will be won and lost. Gordon taking his time to put that ball away. In the end, he second-guessed himself. McCue back in the point. Now has to defend. Oh, I think that should be a winner. And it is. In fact, Mustonen, the referee, called it a let in the end. It's an interesting call. I felt that was a no let. I thought he could have played it, actually. McCue asking for a let here. He certainly got the racket under the ball there. So the point goes the way of Gordon, 5-1. Pritch, 68 on the stream, agrees that should have been a no-let. Not the last call, the one before. And McCue gets a point on this occasion. So still down by 3 here, McCue, but he will serve. And that ball out of play. Again, brilliant from the number 1 seed. And he now goes up 6-2. He took the first 2 games, Gordon. McCue fought back valiantly in game 3 to win that one 11-9. But at the moment, Gordon is in control of this match. So that was the call. McCue not too pleased with the call. I wonder what your thoughts are at home. Let us know. McCue clearly not pleased. The fact that he just hasn't got as many calls go his way as he was hoping in the last couple of games. This is an interesting one. I think Gordon was thinking safety first and trying not to swing in the face of McCue. Anyway, back underway. 6-2. Brad Hanbury says you need to play the ball and not the body. Interesting call. That's brilliant from McCue. That's what he needed. A little bit of confidence, maybe. He needs to get this crowd behind him again. And another point for McCue. 2 in a row. No working boast. Working well. Gordon with the stain. I need to see that again. It was too fast for my eyes. Wow. That was one of the shots of the tournament from Gordon. McCue tries the overhead of his own, but Gordon was there. Oh, and he missed it. Another great point. He did get the nick in the front left there. McCue did just enough to force the error. This becomes a crucial moment. There's a big difference between 8-5 and 7-6. 6-7 it would be. Oh, and that is a big moment for Gordon. 3 points away now. Yes, very well played from McCue. He went for it. He got it. McCue coming up big when he needs it. He really made Gordon work on that point. He's back within one. Things getting real tense now. Brad Hanbury says, great shot from McCue on the stream. That should be a stroke, and it is. Michael McCue has brought it back to 8 apiece. Lionel Pereira on the stream says, what a good point that was. Massive advantage for whoever wins this point. It's Gordon. That takes him to 9-8. If Gordon wins the next point, he will have 2 championship balls. McCue had to give it everything to track that one down. He did. Too good. Christopher Gordon. He worked McCue around the court. He forced him to the front court and put it away at the back right. And that means the American has 2 championship balls. Hoping to have an interview with the winner. If it is Gordon, let me know what questions you want me to ask him on the stream. Maybe it's McCue. We'll see. He needs to win the next point, though. In fact, he needs to win the next 2. Tense rally, this one. Championship ball. His players have just passed the 1 hour mark on court. That has to be a let. And it is. I'm hearing that was potentially a stroke. Yeah, it looks like McCue will serve, so stroke the call. I was a little hasty in my let call. Big call out from Mustonen on championship ball. McCue still has to save one, though. Now would be a great time for one of those winners of his if he wants to keep the match rolling. He couldn't quite get it. Gordon with a double fist pump. The American has won the 2016 GoodLife Open. What a wonderful final it was. Great to see Gordon letting McCue know how happy he was to play against such a great opponent today. Certainly proud of the Canadians' efforts, everyone here. But in the end, the number one seed reigns supreme. 11-9, 11-6, 9-11, 11-9. Now, don't forget, folks, we are hoping to have an interview with your winner very shortly, so don't go away. Very soon, hoping to have Gordon on camera for a chat. But for now, we'll be back in just a few moments. I'm joined by the champion, Christopher Gordon. Christopher, congratulations. How are you feeling, mate?
Extremely happy and very relieved.
Wonderful match. And Michael McCue, didn't he put up a great fight, the Canadian?
He was awesome today. I mean, I was aware that he was playing really well all tournament, but from the word go, he was just attacking on everything, and pretty much everything was coming off. So I really had to be on my game defensively to, you know, stand a chance.
What does this win mean for your career?
Well, just right now it means a lot to me. You know, my results the last couple of years have been a bit up and down, and it's just a huge confidence boost to be able to come through 4 hard matches and win a title, especially against kind of a home favorite like Mike today.
What were your thoughts on the match?
You know, it's a final, so finals are always very special to be part of, and I knew Mike is a young upcoming player. He's home in Canada, so he was going to want to have a really strong showing, and I was just really pleased with myself that I was able to keep myself emotionally even keeled, and then especially at the end of the third and the whole fourth game, just not let my emotions run away from me, and I was able to close it down in the end.
All right, well, we have one question that's come through on the stream. Alex Taylor says, ask Gordon, do you ever get bothered by your opponents arguing with you on the court?
You know, Not really. It's part of the game. You know, I'm a big guy. I'm doing my best to get out of the way. It's not always as easy as it looks, and you know, I just gotta take it as it comes and try and be as respectful as I can to everybody.
All right, well, there's some conversation going on and some presentations also going on. I'm just having a bit of a cough off camera. Christopher, congratulations. Great tournament. We've enjoyed having you, and best of luck from here on.
Oh, thank you so much. And I just want to say quickly before I go, a huge thank you to everyone here in Ottawa, especially Heather Wallace, the tournament director, and a very, very special thank you to my host this week, Vince Taylor. He's looked after me like an absolute star and really helped get me in the right mind frame to play so well this week.
All right, and thank you at home for joining us on the stream, and we'll see you next time on squashstream.tv. All the best.